So I think, I don't know. Should I check? Should we see if we're alive? Let me just do a little quick check here. See what's probably going to happen. Oh my God. Yep. Oh wow. I'm going to say it's happening. Look at there. People are pouring in. I can tell because there's peak concurrent here. Look at the concurrent users. Now you come back. All right. Without further ado, I think we should just get the show on the road. We need a do. What is the rhyme for the do? Let's move. Let's go. Nothing. I can't rhyme with the do. Let's see. There you go. That's it. All right. Good. Oh, good. We have hammering going on. There's nothing like that for a good the first show of 2015. Without further ado, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tool Show. There it is. I could have gone longer. I got it in me. I got the big lungs.
Really?
The 15 years of smoking didn't slow me down.
Nobody said it did.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's it. I wanted to keep this page up. We're talking about, do you know what we're talking about today?
White space.
Yeah, how to improve your website.
Take it down.
That's smart. That might actually help humanity. Could this be the most perfect website right here?
I like it.
Right here.
Blank
I mean,
page.
look at that.
That is blank.
Have you ever heard people like clean and a lot of white space?
Yeah.
There it
this
is.
Apple design?
Someday it will. There might be actually there is a little gray thing down here. Look at that.
What is that?
That's actually not their site. That's my browser.
Oh, you got a plug-in.
Yeah, I got a little plug-in. Feedly mini
I
toolkit.
feel it's impressing itself on this space.
It is kind of a little obnoxious, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about how to make your website better in the year 2015. Because it is 2015.
Logo.
A logo. Okay, so there you go. So we're going... You're just jumping right in with brilliant ideas.
Look at me.
A logo. Would you say... Okay. What,
Did I go too fast? Did I put the cart before the horse?
You're blowing my mind. Are you having a great 2015? I just got to know. Is it already great?
It's the best.
The best year ever?
Yeah.
It's freezing.
It's below freezing.
That's great. Yeah, so that's good. That's what else are you supposed to expect in January?
What temperature is freezing?
0
In
Celsius.
Fahrenheit?
32.5 and a half or something.
Water boils at?
100. Fahrenheit. It's a book. No, that's paper. I don't know. 100. 100. It boils at 100.
100 what?
Celsius.
What about in Fahrenheit?
I don't know. But I learned something, and then we have to jump in. Learned one thing brilliant that I learned.
Tell me.
Celsius and Fahrenheit come together when?
At a negative number.
Yeah, 40.
Was it 40 or
I
37?
I learned it from a smart Canadian gent. Maybe he's even here on the show today.
Smart.
I know. 44. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that. I'm just listening to make sure there's no background. Look at that. We're looking really small this year. That's true. What's up, Printing Kingpin? All right, look at there. He's jumping right in. And Digger Dinkins. Wow. And Doug Hennison. Look at these people are hardcore. They're into the year. They want to get something out of this year.
Did you know that this is our first show of the new year?
You know, I did, and I didn't have a costume or anything. I didn't, unlike the Christmas show where you told me that, as soon as we started the show. I could have dressed up as Santa, but I don't have a New Year's thing. So, yeah, I feel that 2015, if you are on this show, if you're here on this show, I declare 2015 is going to be the greatest year of your life. The greatest year.
How are you going to make that happen?
No, I just did. I ordained it.
Through
the secret, I'm willing it on them.
I can see not much has actually changed this year.
That's the exact same thing. What we're going to do, however, though, is you have to use the momentum, the gift that I have given you to the spell of greatness upon you has been thrown upon you, but now you have to use that energy
to improve their website.
To improve their website today.
I brought that back
I
down.
like it.
It's good.
So,
Shrink us back down. I want more clean.
Yeah, that's true. We're messing it all up. So, what do you hate in websites? Like, what makes you irked? with a website?
I'm not big into color.
All color?
Mm-hmm.
Just, what about the color white?
Not big into that one
That's
either.
all the colors.
Yep. Too
Would
much.
you like it all
Way
black?
too color.
Would you mean? Does that mean you would like a black website?
Absence
That's
of color?
All color gone.
Way goth.
Maybe. Yeah. Right.
I don't know, what am I selling?
Ooh. You ask a profound question.
What if I'm not selling anything?
Then this site might do. I think that would be
Then
good.
our job here is done.
Let's okay. Let's say you are selling the Incredible Hulk. You're selling the Incredible Hulk. Oh, why is he so green? Oh, because I green screened him. You can only see his pants. That's a bad idea. Okay. Can't sell the Incredible Hulk on a green screen, people. Get real. You're selling little Buddha statues. There you are. You're going to sell him.
I might choose warm colors.
You mean not Incredible Hulk colors?
Maybe not.
Like, what, like, why? Why would you do that?
Buddha's peace.
Because
serene.
he's peace. He's peace. Okay. Let's say you are selling hand sanitizer for all those Ebola outbreaks in your neighborhood. What would you maybe recommend then?
Probably put an ad on a porn site.
Smart move. Smart move.
Thank you.
Excellent idea. Yes. It looks like they have already selected blue.
Something clean.
Blue, clean. They're,
Sanitized.
I think blue suggests clean, right?
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness. So it does matter what you sell. Okay, let's do it a little bit trickier. Let's say you sell something. You are an accountant.
I wouldn't do that.
Be an accountant?
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Good point. Okay, let's say an accountant asked you to do their marketing for them. What color would you go? What is an accountant color?
They're notoriously hard to work with. I'd just tell them we weren't a good fit.
Okay. Well, I might take them if they're nice.
Okay.
So you would want something that probably represents security.
Security.
So
Numbers. Grids.
Yes.
Adding
what
machines.
does color
Clippy. I'd include Clippy.
mean? Clippy. Clip art?
No, Clippy, the little word guy who used to pop up on your Excel.
Oh, that would be a good idea. You'd probably get sued.
Yeah.
So here you can just look on the color meaning, right? Red. Oh, let me shrink my head. Red. Now there's a rhyme, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Red is the color of fire and blood. Yes, associated with energy, war, danger, strength, power, determination, passion, desire, and love. It's an emotionally intense color. So there you go. Orange combines the energy of red with the happiness of yellow. It's associated with joy and sunshine in the tropics. Yellow, it's the color of sunshine. It's with joy and happiness and intellect and energy. Green symbolizes growth, freshness, and fertility. Blue, it's the sky and the sea. It's associated with depth and stability. And purple, it's associated with royalty. And white, virginity. Black, formality, death, evil, mystery. You get it. These colors mean things. They inspire things in us. So, and I might say, though, however, if you go to Apple, for example, if we go over here to the Apple website, these people are design masters. And they're always changing their colors. These colors are a little bit darker than colors like of last year, I might even say, right? These feel a little darker. Start something new. Every piece in this gallery was created by an Apple product. Every brushstroke, every pixel, every frame of film was brought to life by talented Apple users from around the world. As you explore their work, we hope it inspires you to create something new. So there you go. See, then they go down here. So these are they're actually taking art, stealing it from people that made it on their iPhone and putting it on their website. Although I got to say, I would be pretty wowed. But they're not just randomly picking this stuff. All these colors go together nicely, wouldn't you say? I mean, they're not
very nice.
Yeah. So I would say everyone has a color palette that represents something. So it's interesting that you started with color. So like, do you find that people maybe don't think a lot about color in their websites?
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of people don't think about color in general.
Like, what does that mean? What do you mean?
They're not designers.
You mean not everybody is a genius at this stuff?
No.
You mean to tell me that CEO that you go and hand your design to that says, that will not do, isn't like some design artistic master?
I've seen his work. He's not.
So would you say that,
But he definitely likes what he likes.
yeah. Would you say that potentially we are oftentimes putting designs in the hands of the wrong people? Do you remember a few years ago there was, what was it, the Oatmeal did a design, was it the design process? Was this it? So, okay, I don't know if this
Yeah,
was
I
it.
think
Is this it?
Yep.
Okay. So check this out really briefly. This is a great, the Oatmeal is very, very funny. So here is, this guy does very snarky, funny things. And so it starts out, everything is cool in the beginning. The client communicates their needs, set expectations, enthusiasm, and excitement all around. The client, the new site will be great. The designer, great, it'll be incredible. And then here is their old site, right? And then the client like, haha, what a piece of crap. Our last designer was an idiot. For real, how did this happen? This site is a crime against humanity. So then you redesign the website. It looks nice and works well. This is the high point of the design. So there it is, Boyd's Toast. It's better than Godzilla farts. And there it is. And then the designer, the client says, I love it. Looks amazing. I want to make love to it. Ta-da! But just a few minor things. And then they go through and they're like this and that and this and that. And then they get committees. And then they just go, and then it ends up looking like this. And I would say that's not terribly far from how the design process goes, right?
Lots of times, yep.
Yeah. Because, why is this? Is this because, like, designers are flaccid weaklings that can't stand up for their work? Or is it because bosses are total arrogant?
You're trying to appease your client, and your client likes what they like you like what you like,
Right.
But I bet you most of the time you couldn't tell me exactly why that is, if it's like a visual thing, right?
Right, I couldn't tell you.
And
Yeah.
I mean, like, you'd be like, I don't know, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
But there are things that add up in that process to make it look and work and function, and the way that makes you feel that way.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand that, then
So, but wouldn't you say that it's possible, it's even likely that people are, like, they're like, well, we all know what good design is, right? We all know what we like. It's like, don't you think that's what they're coming from? They're like, well, I know what's beautiful.
well, people don't know that they don't understand that.
Yeah.
They're like, they can easily go through a room or a store or whatever and pick out the things that they like.
Yes.
And they might even have reasons, like, I like that because it goes with that, and blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And then, but they don't understand that, like, their taste isn't everybody's taste, and just because it's their taste doesn't equal good design.
Yeah.
They might have a really shitty taste.
Right.
Have you ever had somebody tell you that? Yeah, well,
No.
you know what? I have a really crappy taste. No.
But we once did a photo shoot for somebody, and we did the photos, and most of the people in the office took our photo, except one guy who just wanted his J.C. Penney photo.
Mm-hmm.
He took the J.C. Penney photo. Mm-hmm. And I'm not suggesting I'm some sort of, like, I don't know, Mapplethorpe or whatever.
No.
Or somebody, I don't know.
But the fact is, you were shooting photos of everybody in the staff.
Yeah.
And everybody had, like, the same background. Everybody was posed
Yeah.
similar, the same lighting.
Yeah, it was
blah,
against
blah,
a
blah.
brick wall. It was
Yeah,
fine.
and everything looked fine.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, I don't like this. Use this one, and it was straight out of, like, an Olin Mills.
Yeah, you can
I
tell
mean,
it a mile away.
It really looked like maybe it was like 1988.
Yeah.
You know?
And he loved it.
That's it. He loved it, insisted on it being up there, and
Yeah.
it just sits out there like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. And so what do you do? Do you like, how do you like connect this? How do you, like, write this situation? Do you just give up as the CEO and just hand over your site to a designer then, your entire brand?
Sometimes.
I wonder.
Sometimes, I mean, you can have final approval. It's a process where you work through things. A good
Yeah.
designer will figure out who you are, what your messaging is, what you're trying to evoke, why you're wanting to do this.
Yes.
You know, what things did your website or your design or your layout, like what didn't it do for you before that you wanted to do for you now? And,
Yeah.
you know, visually it's a working process too, because you want them to be happy.
Yeah.
You want them to, like, they are the brand, the designer is not the brand.
Yeah.
And so it's a process where people work together. Unfortunately, not everybody's very good at communicating.
Yeah. Do you know this? Do you know this stamp here in Cleveland?
I do.
So, the free stamp.
Mm-hmm.
So this was actually supposed to go in front of, I think, the BP building. I think, and it was supposed to be stamped down, like it was supposed to look like a big stamp.
Yep.
And this is a world-renowned artist. Like, I forget his name, but really, really regarded. And the city didn't like it. And they're like, we don't want it. And so for years, it was stored and just stored away. And finally, they're like, you know, we paid a crap ton of money for that stamp. We'd like it. And so what he said was he took it over to this park and he put it like this, like it was just thrown here like a piece of junk. And he just threw it on the ground. He's like, there. Happy? And he left. And you see, artists have the guts to do that. I mean, big artists.
Sure.
But like when you're a designer, you're like, well, I would like to eat this month.
Right.
But I sort of think, well, you had a friend who is a designer, and you said that she got to a point where she stopped giving multiple designs to a client. And she's just like, there, it's this design.
Right.
And they took it.
Yeah.
Because it was a confidence thing, I think.
Yep.
So I think that could be part of the problem, is a designer backs down too easily. Maybe.
That's possible.
I
Yeah,
mean,
lots
maybe.
of times. I mean, you also, you can't fight a fight you can't win. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what's the point of fighting? It's not
Yeah.
your company.
That's true.
It's like, you want to be proud of your design, you want to work on your
Yeah.
stuff, but at the end of the day, if your client is paying you for the most horrible thing on earth because that's what they want,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's your job to make them happy.
Yeah.
And
But
so-
often to their detriment.
Sometimes.
I can't tell you how many designs I see come out from a designer that I like, and it's just crap. And they know it's crap. They'll just admit it's crap
Yeah.
because it's been committed by people that don't know anything about color theory. So Printing Kingpin here, this is on his blog, actually. He put the link. Thanks for putting it here. So it says 84.7% of consumers cite color as the primary reason they buy a particular product. That's huge. And I got to say, like, that's 84% of people that recognize it. I would say that it's 100%, right? I mean, like, if something is an ugly color, like, you know, if you're presenting your food around an ugly color, you aren't going to buy it. It's just going to gross you out. You can't eat it because the color is such crap. When people buy, 93% look at visual appearance, 6% look at texture, 1% decide on smell and sound and smell, and 80% think color increases brand recognition. Research reveals people make a subconscious judgment about an environment or product within 90 seconds of initial viewing. Between 62% and 90% of that assessment is based on color alone. So this is really great, Printing Kingpin, because it's interesting. I didn't really know that we were going to jump in at color, but what we're suggesting here is that color is critically important.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, you also have to realize that you're representing yourself too. So, for example, for those people that you mentioned that you went and shot their like staff photos and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, the pictures that you took were inside their actual offices.
Yeah.
And so it was a very fair recognition.
Yeah.
You know, if someone was to come into their office, this is what they're going to see.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
are
yeah.
the people that they see, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if you hadn't done that, right? Like, let's just say you took pictures in front of, like, a green screen.
Sure.
and then you green screen them in front of a happy color wheel like this,
Yeah,
right? And they're all
right.
magenta and glowing, and you're like, yeah, right?
Yes.
And you're like, maybe you make them look uber fun, right? Like
Right.
you're like, hey, I'll make them holding something goopy,
Yeah.
and whatever, right? That might work.
Right.
But then if someone actually goes into their office and finds out that they're really just super conservative,
Yeah.
super stodgy,
Yeah.
super just buttoned down and
Yeah.
like, let's do
Yeah,
it, you
yeah.
know, with, like
Never
not
smiles.
a lot of, right, no smiles, not a lot
Yeah.
of personality, then that's like a misrepresentation.
Yeah.
And then that's using color not honestly.
not
you can be
honestly.
dishonest
Yeah.
by your portrayals of these things too.
Okay, so let's say you're going through a design process, and a designer that you looked at their previous stuff, and you're like, well, I really like that, I really like this, I like, everybody's like, that designer is really great, and then the design comes back, and you're like, oh, that's not what I anticipated. Do you express that to the designer?
Of course.
So you're like, look, this wasn't what I had in mind.
Yeah, I'd say we need to back up a whole step here
Yeah.
and maybe start over again because what I was thinking I was going to get was not what this is.
Yeah.
And so there was obviously a miscommunication in there.
Right.
And
right.
so
And so it's
let's fix it.
valid.
Of course.
But would you say that like, and the owner can have input, but I guess I'm trying to find the line of where it goes wrong. Like, how do you get from like, this guy up here that made a nice little website, simple to the point. This is kind of outdated. It's an older article, really.
So
I mean,
where it goes wrong is when you hire someone, you feel you need an expert for something.
Yes.
You hire an expert for something, and it's someone that I'm just going to say that you vetted,
Yeah.
it's somebody that you trust, you've seen comparable work, and you're just like, that's the person for me.
Yeah.
Whether it's a design, a developer, a marketer, like whatever, you're just like, you're the guy for me.
Yes.
Or lady. And
Right.
where that goes wrong is where you, as like a business owner, you obviously have a right to your opinion. You have a
Sure.
right to question, a right to understand. But where the line gets crossed is where you're like, yeah, but I'm right. I'm always right. Like
That
no
you
matter,
can't come to an
can't-
agreement,
right.
a
I mean,
compromise.
you're not the expert. That's why you hired someone
Yeah.
that was better than you are,
Yes.
that works in this particular field, whatever it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
And as soon as you're just like, I'm way better than you.
yeah.
My
Then-
opinion on everything is always
Yeah.
right. That's why I hired you.
And you do get that feeling from people.
For sure.
So, and I would sense maybe a designer gets that too. And at that point, then they just drop out, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, Digger has an interesting point. Digger, hey, Digger Dinkins. That's a Digger T. Dinkins.
It's a nice name.
That's the name of the day, ladies and
That was
gentlemen.
a great name.
My feeling is that design is less about look and more about conveying a message and positioning. How do you marry strategy and design? That's interesting. I took that. I used to be in that camp, 100%. That I was like, look, I'm not about design. I'm about conversion. I'm about the site working. And now, 15 years later, through much trial and error, I believe that they are the same. The design and the message there is emotion.
Yep.
You are exuding something, right? So like let's do I don't know, I'm going to just start pulling up stuff that maybe is like has some emotion. Here's the Red Cross disaster relief, okay? Let's shrink our heads. Okay? So, here we are, the Red Cross. You can make a difference. Start a viral blood drive, okay? So, this is a nice site. It's a very clean, right? So they're using a lot of white space, as it were, but a lot of emotional human pictures here. Like this young girl here. American Red, your donation provides critical support to those in need.
You get the message across through the design, and so
Yeah.
it does both.
Yeah.
I mean, this is every bit about a look and a feel.
Yeah.
Right? that it's also conveying a message through that look and feel.
Like, I don't even need to read the words so much. I mean, I can see it in the picture.
Right.
And in fact, some might suggest that if you have too many words, you lose the message.
Yeah, so that's another common thing, I think, on the flip side of from design, is that people are like, well, I have this message that I want to get out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And their message consists of like a book of words. It's like this big.
Yeah.
And they're like, now put that on a postcard or put that on a web page or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and so I think there's a lot of that goes into design too.
Yeah. So here, you know, look at there. They have the kettle, the red kettle reason. There you have a hashtag. A little bit smaller images than the Red Cross, but still, like, I don't need to read it. I mean, the logo does it for me. I mean,
Sure.
they have a huge brand.
Of course, right.
So I can just see that logo. I can see that bucket.
But, okay, so both the Salvation Army and the Red Cross help people, right?
Yes.
And so if you look at the visuals here, but they both do it in different ways, right?
Yes.
You know, and so one of them is a religious organization. You saw that one of these things was like the Pope,
Right, yeah, the
And
Pope.
so, but these are just like, look, we're gonna help. We help kids and we help whatever, you know. And Red Cross is like, we're saving lives around the world, blood drives, yada yada. So,
Yeah.
you know, but it's expressed. You
Yeah.
know, you can tell the differences just in the visuals.
That's right. Printing Kingman says, but if you design a site that you know will get business and then you cave to what the client wants, knowing that it won't work, he's going to come back to you in 6 months complaining that his website traffic
Yeah,
sucks.
so all of these
Yeah.
things are, well, I mean, that's why a designer, you should have an SEO person,
Yeah.
or a user experience person,
Yeah.
like when you're talking about design.
That's right.
I mean, these things are things that go hand in hand, right? You have to know
Yes.
what system your website, like just for example, is going to be running on,
Yes.
right? Otherwise, maybe somebody's going to be developing for something that's completely not compatible.
Yes.
And all of these things aren't stuff that people usually think about, but
Yeah.
these are things that a great, like, business owner or project manager can guide
Yes,
you on.
yes.
And so that these are all parts of the discussion.
And that's an interesting point because as a designer, a lot of times a designer will step in and talk about calls to action or SEO. And it gets blurred, like, because you're like, well, they are an expert in design and they're talking very confidently about SEO, so maybe they know that too. And you have to be very careful. Like, and you as the end user, you don't know any of this stuff.
Right.
It's not your world. Your world is your business. And so you probably would do well. And one of the great things in this world is social media. So, like, you know, it's very easy for you to say, take a design and put it on Facebook and be like, hey, what do you guys think?
Sure.
You know, and get feedback. I think that can be very valuable. Even like, you know, like the SEO question, like it could be that the designer is doing great SEO, but it would not hurt to just get a check.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
if you have a designer that's a great designer, you should assume that they're great designers and not assume that they are great at other things.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why you have different kinds of doctors. You would think one guy could know everything about the human body, but no, you got an ankle guy, and you got a throat guy, and an eye guy, and a brain guy. You know, and we all know that now. But we don't. We like to come into our stuff and be like, I need a one-stop shop. I just need to get this crap done,
Right.
and it's usually to your detriment.
Yep.
So yeah, okay. Digger T. Denkins says, okay, to my follow-up, what did you require from client or do yourself to get a strategy?
Conversation, openness.
Yeah.
Everybody's egos are at the door.
Yeah. You got it. Yeah.
you have to realize you're on the same team.
You're
You need
trying to get
have-
to the same
You
thing.
need to have the same goals, and you need to
Yes.
set those goals together
Yes.
and use your expertise as like the business owner or whoever to like convey what the business is about, what's worked and what hasn't worked, you know, where they've come from, what are the strategies that have happened in the past, right?
Yeah.
And then on the design side, then or the developer side or whoever, like they need to come to the table and be like, all right, well, from our experience, we've seen this sort of stuff work for these things. Does that sound right? And, you know, and
Yeah.
that's how you build a strategy. You know, you can't do it in a vacuum.
Man, that's a really good point because a lot of business owners are very self-assured. and they don't want to admit they don't know something. And that's where crap goes wrong, because you're like, I know everything. You wouldn't even say that. You're like, of course I don't know everything, and then you just go on plowing through the world like you know everything. But like you have to ask questions. Like, even if you don't know the answers, like, okay, like a very simple answer is, a question is, what do we want our website for? You know, like, why are we having it? Just start with that question. Because do you really know? Do you really know what it's for? And you have these preconceived notions somewhere in the back of your head, but it's such a stupid sounding question that you're afraid to ask it. You know, everybody's afraid to ask the stupid question, but it's the most important one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got it. That's it, man. Leave your egos at the door. That's good. Kingpin says, are you designing websites with more video on the homepage? Seeing a lot of that.
I'm seeing some. It depends.
Yeah.
Lots of people's videos suck.
Yeah.
So if your video sucks,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it on the homepage.
You know,
It has to serve a purpose, the same way as an image would serve a purpose, or a message, or a button, or text. I mean, it's got to serve a purpose.
Yeah. So this site, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like hate on these people, because they're good people, but
Yeah.
Mongoose Metrics got bought by If by Phone, and this has been up here for months.
Yes.
And this, I hate this. I don't like this guy. I mean, he's a nice guy, don't get me wrong, but he is a stuffed shirt. That suit doesn't fit. It's just,
What happens if you scroll all the way down now?
it's just, and then, like, this is the only way you can get through the site. The whole other rest of the site has been grayed out.
Yeah.
Here is a guy that loves himself too much. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's true. Well, and it's a video,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
and
video.
it's fine, but like I can't. All right, like they offer a service,
Yeah.
one that we've paid a lot of money for,
Sure.
and it's fine. But I came to the site just trying to log in.
Yeah, and you can't
and I
do
couldn't
it
even do it for
because
the longest time because the menu was gone, and
It's
I'm like, I
gone.
want to look at like the help section. Nope,
Yeah.
nope, can't
No,
get to that.
you gotta
and
look
I
at this
actually
guy.
wrote to their customer support, and they were like, nope, there's no way to close that window.
Yeah.
That window stays up
all the time.
all the time, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's horrible." And, they didn't
here,
write back after. I
no,
said
and
that.
here is the guy we're talking about.
Yeah.
This guy knows everything.
Yep.
And he could have gotten a fitting suit. That's all. If the suit would have fit. But
a little
I don't
X,
know.
just a little
Yeah,
X,
I know.
something to let me close
I
this.
know, no,
Because months
no.
and months later,
Yeah.
it's the same video. I don't need to see it anymore.
No, I get it. Like, you want to show it once?
That's fine.
Show it once.
I would have listened to it and been fine and been
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, that's great, and then closed
Yeah,
it.
but why does he even bother having this whole rest of this website over here? Because it doesn't even exist.
We got to end.
I gotta go.
It's
There,
just
let's
depressing.
end on an angry note. All right. Okay, you guys. As I said, I have spread the wish and the magic of having the greatest year of your life, 2015. You have the power. You can do it. I can't wait to hear why it's going to be so great. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for coming to the show. Please come back. We'll just keep this party train rolling. Next week we'll talk about something, I'm sure. Oh, and really quick, the reason
that's
we
not.
did why to make your website, how to improve your website, is this is the next class series at the Sage Rock System. So there's a link on the page on how to try the Sage Rock System, totally free for 30 days, and you can join in because we're going to go in depth on how to systematically make your website better, not just talk about color theory, actual things. It's going to be awesome. So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and we will see you all later. I don't know how to end this.
Where is it?
I don't know. It's one of these stupid things.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man, it sucks to be us. I'm going to learn how to make a show. Bye.